But honestly, I won't lie, bro. Whenever Meadow beat that boss second try, I was so happy. She almost got it first try.
She got a second. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
because funny enough, like she just walked through the gate, saw the boss, and just went, okay, yeah. Immediately did a fucking heavy attack with the club. The dog ran right into it. I was like, baby, you're goated. And then she did it again. Second dog ran into it. I said, no fucking way.
What is up, gang? Coming to you not live from the Big Cat's Nest. You're watching the Red Falcons podcast. A little bit of a mix-up here. Got a couple people that couldn't make it, but you got all the important people. We're going to be discussing Dark Souls today, starting with Lion, whose favorite FromSoft game is Bloodborne.
This is Jag. My favorite FromSoft game is Sekiro.
This is Puma. I'm the only one with good taste. Dark Souls 1 is my favorite FromSoft game.
Wow, and I wonder what exactly we're going to be talking about today.
Okay, so I guess I'll start off. So I know, Lion, I know you've gotten fairly far in Dark Souls 1, which really, if you've beaten Smo and Ornstein, I consider that getting the Dark Souls experience. How far have you gotten, Jag?
Oh, I've gone through Nito. I think it's Nito.
Okay, yeah, so you've gone well into it. Yeah.
Man,
You played all you really need to play.
Yeah, when we're gonna talk about getting to Nito, though, okay, well, that'll be later on. But okay, we'll move on from that. We'll start from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll start with the Undead Parish, the first area that you were supposed to progress to past FireLink.
Honestly, no. We could just talk about Undead Asylum, and we can
Undead
even
Asylum?
talk about character creation because some of these items that they give you to start off with absolutely suck.
Yeah. Honestly, there's only one good option. Maybe a second one because I think there's a twin humanity that you can get some.
What is the one you always pick? What is the one?
Master Key.
Master Key.
Master Key,
Yeah,
100%.
Which I'll say on more recent runs, I've started just not grabbing it because just honestly, Blighttown ain't that bad, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I mean, there's one other.
Hold on. I want to hear you say that again.
Blighttown ain't that bad.
Kill it.
They fixed the frames.
Okay, we'll talk about Man, it's hard because there's so much I want to talk about.
Did they fix the poison?
No, I just fixed my skill.
Okay.
So yeah, with beginning over at Undead Asylum, we got to talk about one of our boys, Tiger. He made it to the first bonfire.
Oh,
That's it.
The legend. Yeah.
Yeah, the legend. I was actually talking with Lion earlier because kind of forgot like what entails the first bonfire. Like there's enemies throwing at you. I don't think there are enemies at all attacking.
No. There's hollows in a hallway, but they are non-aggro.
Yeah.
There's
they're just banging on the walls.
Three of
and,
them
the
up
floor.
to the first bonfire.
Yeah.
But it's not until after you first encounter the Asylum Demon that you actually encounter an aggro enemy.
Not to derail this immediately, but I'm going to derail this immediately. You know how, like, I'm sure you know Puma because you're a big Kingdom Hearts guy. You know how there's like a whole thing where people will go in like the tutorial area, like Kingdom Hearts 2 when you're still playing as Roxas in like when the simulation's breaking down. People will stay in like the beginning area of one of the games and just level to 99 there.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think there's a guy that just grinded to like soul level 100 before the first bonfire?
I hope not. That's just
So, okay, jump a little bit. The first time I actually played Dark Souls, it was not remastered. It was Dark Souls. I was playing it with Puma, and we passed by FireLink Shrine. And my first thought was like, oh, hey, there's stairs down here. So I go to New Londo Ruins, right? And so there's just like all these hollows there, and I like kept killing them and grinding them. And then I'd go walk all the way back up to the elevator, go the rest of the bonfire, and then I kept killing and grinding them. And I'm pretty sure I did that for like 30 minutes to an hour before he just like told me to stop and like go to the Undead Burg.
That is so funny because not too far ahead in the game, there's a way easier and quicker at like soul farming.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That was my first time. I mean, how was I supposed to know you're supposed to go upstairs? There are like three paths.
Yes,
you can go
there
from
are
FireLink
a
Shrine.
handful of options, and for new players, there is no way to tell. Like, really, the only way to tell is you go, damn, I'm kind of getting whooped here. Maybe this isn't the right spot.
Bro, I wasn't getting whooped. I was killing them.
That is true. Yeah, bro, you saw 20 souls of kill, and you said,
Yeah, but then he got his revenge on me because after I introduced him Spider-Man PS4, all he would do was just like walk around and point and laugh at homeless people.
Yeah,
it was 30 minutes before he got to Wilson Fisk.
it was like
That's the right way to play the game.
yeah, it was like an hour in, 0 web slings, 8 homeless people.
You got
laughed at.
mad that you got to press R2.
Bro, I've read Ditko Spider-Man. That's the real Peter Parker experience.
Honestly, Ditko Peter Parker is a bit of a dickhead, like those first 33 issues. Anyway, Dark Souls 1 though. Dark Souls 1.
Yep. So, Undead Asylum.
Yes.
Fuck, I love Undead Asylum.
Yeah, honestly, I think it is a good tutorial. I'll say I'm a fan of the messages. I like when a tutorial doesn't necessarily handhold you and force you to have to do everything step by step.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls 1 really pioneered that early 2010s because that was a big shift.
Well, Demon Souls pioneered it, really.
Yes, I will
but
say I haven't played
pioneered,
Demon Souls.
popularized because Demon Souls wasn't popular.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but and so the fact that like off rip, because honestly, I'll say one of my biggest pet peeves about games is whenever a tutorial like doesn't let a button do what it's supposed to do for the purpose of like showing you in order.
Yeah. That's
Like-
insane.
Like, yeah, even though like, but yeah, so that's why like if you know what you're doing, you can just run off. You don't have to read anything. I will say though, some of the message spam later in the game can sometimes distract you from some of the actual like game put messages because some of them will be like designed for you to try and read and give you a hint. But that's a different discussion. But yeah, I like that the Asylum Demon as a first boss, I think is a good, simple, slow first boss. Hitting him feels satisfying, but also it's like very punishing. A good.
Oh man.
Yeah, and you go ahead.
I'll say that I have like two different things to say about Asylum Demon. The first time I actually didn't play Dark Souls was because Stork, back in middle school, I was like, hey, this game looks really cool. The trailer looks super awesome. Everybody clowns on that trailer now, but I thought it was the coolest thing back in middle school. I think I'm going to go play it. And he was like, no, don't play it. Like the first boss really sucks. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I won't. So I never got into Dark Souls early because of Stork.
That's crazy.
The second thing is I bullied my friend, we'll call him RK010. You know who I'm
Okay,
talking about.
yeah.
He absolutely hates Dark Souls for the worst possible reason. Okay, maybe not the worst possible, but me and my other friend, my coworker, we'll call him Show EP. He and I, like back in technical college, we would bully him to play Dark Souls, and like he never even got past the Asylum Demon. And now everybody on his stream, he tells him that Dark Souls is like the worst game he's ever played. He hates every From Software game except for like Armored Core or Armored Core 6 or something. And that's drastically affected his life. I don't know. He's missing out on a lot of great games just because we
honestly,
bullied him
I
too
think
much.
Do I know RK010?
yes, I believe so.
Oh, shout out to him though. He lost like 70 pounds recently.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
good for him.
Yeah, I know.
I
I've seen that he's been doing. He's been consistent with like his streaming.
Good for
Yes,
him.
yes.
So now he's just autistic.
Yeah. yeah.
But yeah, because I gotta say honestly, like to an extent, I think maybe this is a little too much. It's not that deep, but I think beating Dark Souls or at least getting far enough in Dark Souls is a life-changing experience.
No, it is. Yeah, I agree.
No, there is something to it. There's something like kind of special about it because like when you're young, when you're playing these games, you're like 13 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting into Dark Souls. How much are you really struggling with, right? You have like a hard test in school or whatever. Maybe you have to like, fucking like shovel sand out of the driveway because like the storm washed it out or something like that, But this is like a first game that you'll play where you're like just getting your ass whooped and you'll go online, you'll be like, this is bullshit. And everyone's just like, no, dude, just fucking get good.
I was saying, especially for me, because I grew up with a lot of Nintendo games and they're not very notorious for difficulty.
Well, the era we were in.
True, yeah, the era we were in.
If we were in the NES era,
that is true. Yeah, if I were to
yeah.
play Punch Out whenever I was like 6, I would have got my life.
Oh no,
Glass Joe would have rocked me.
Bro, Legend of Zelda 1, that was the original Dark Souls right there. Screw that game.
Yeah.
Bro, without Legend of Zelda 1, we wouldn't have Binding of Isaac.
Oh yeah, well we wouldn't have a lot of great games.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway.
But so Asylum Demon, what I really love, and what's weird to me is they really after Dark Souls 1, you don't really see this mechanic a lot. But like when they show you that you can like jump down from a vantage point.
Oh yeah, and get the
stab
plunging attack.
Yeah, get the drop attack and just do a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, I actually don't know if there's a single. No, okay, I know of one boss in 3 that does it. I can't think of any other boss in any of the other games that do that.
Yeah,
There is a boss later on, but we'll talk about it when you get to him because he's kind of.
I mean, in 1?
Kind of. It's a kind of.
I think
Well, when we get to it, because we'll order it. But
Okay, yeah, because I mean, I know there's others in 1.
You'll know what I'm talking about. I promise.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
But also, another fun thing that I like about the asylum is that if you just exploring it, you'll notice an item sitting above at like a broken staircase that you see an item at, and you can't get to it the first time, and so it makes you realize like, okay, I'll have to come back here. And so I'll say it's not necessarily the easiest thing to find your way back to the asylum.
Oh, really? I actually didn't. I don't remember. I mean, I know going back to the asylum later, but I didn't know there was an item you can come back and get.
There's a lot you go back and get.
There's a good handful of stuff. There's
actually
you
have to go back to get Oscar's armor, right? Or do you get that somewhere else?
I think you get that somewhere else. I think the main thing you have to get, you get a shield there.
That's it. Yeah. And it's a really good shield.
It is actually. It's like might be the best magic shield. I could be wrong on that, but
no, I think there's another one. It's called the moon something, right?
Oh, the moonlight butterfly shield might actually, for magic resistance, yeah, it might be better. But yeah, the main item you have to get when you go back is the peculiar doll, which is for another area we'll talk about later. But I think it does a good job at showing you like, okay, there's definitely more stuff here, but I just can't get to it. So like it does a good job at kind of like showing you'll need to come back. Plus, also there being a hidden boss that you can hear better than you can see him.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, the first like 3 times I played through the game, I never noticed him through the gates. I only ever heard him stomping and was like, bro, where the fuck?
Well, yeah, and at a certain point, you kind of think, oh, it's Asylum Demon rather than like, yeah.
And so, I enjoy that it does a decent job at demonstrating that you'll need to come back, but it doesn't tell you how. And so you have to really kind of like explore and find out how you get back on your own.
All right. FireLink Shrine, because I think that's good enough.
Yes. Out of the 3 Souls games, this is probably the best hub.
You think it's the best FireLink Shrine? Well, I guess there's like, is there 1 and 2?
Yeah, it's Majula and 2. And honestly, Majula is actually very pretty, but
I think aesthetically,
Majula is better.
Majula is the best aesthetically, but the hub system in Dark Souls 2, not to jump games, the hub system Dark Souls 2 is so retarded and so bad. FireLink Shrine is just way better.
I don't know. I guess I'm interested. I'm interested in what you mean by like, what's so bad about Majula, because I think honestly, like it similar. Like I don't know, the way it like branches off, kind of like FireLink does. I think is very similar. I think Majula and FireLink are the most similar.
I disagree because it feels so disjointed to me because it's all these branches and you go to one and there's one you're meant to start with. They don't really telegraph well that there's one you're meant to start with. And the other ones are so much more bullshit. And there's so many branches that you can keep going, getting your shit stomped until you find the right one. And then you find the right one, right? And you finish this branch. It's not a very long branch before you're just going back to the hub. The hub doesn't feel like a hub in the same way that FireLink Shrine does. FireLink Shrine feels like your gateway into this world to explore, whereas the hub in Dark Souls 2 feels more like a level select.
Yeah, there are like 3 areas you can go to immediately in FireLink Shrine, Dark Souls 1, 4 later on. But yeah, it does.
And I can see that because honestly, I feel like possibly one of the main things that makes Majula feel like more of a hub world is the fact that you have to go back to level up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is also just one thing in general I do enjoy about Dark Souls 1 is that you can just level up at any bonfire.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
For sake of convenience is very nice. I know that I'm assuming they were trying to add significance to the maidens in later games.
Yeah.
Which it kind of works. I don't know. I somewhat care.
I don't think there's much in Dark Souls 2 that works.
All right, this isn't the Dark Souls 2 hate. We can do that in another podcast.
Yeah, the Dark Souls 2
I gotta play it first so I can hate on it or whatever. Maybe
you don't have
it'll be
to play
favorite.
it first.
Maybe it'll be my favorite Dark Souls game actually.
But
you know what? It would be yours.
Yeah, but for FireLink as a hub world, I think I'll be honest. I think the most NPCs I've ever had at one time is only like 4, maybe 5. That's not including like the 3 individual clerics. I kind of include them as just like one unit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that if you do it right, I think you can have like up to like 8 plus
Yeah.
people at FireLink at one time if you just like don't progress certain quests a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
I've also, despite having played so many hours, I don't think I've ever met Patches there because that's one thing I
You
didn't.
never met Patches there?
Yeah, I actually don't. I've never talked to Patches at FireLink. I usually either kill him in the catacombs or beat the game before I really go back.
Man, I remember.
I
the
also
first time.
kill him in the catacombs.
Yeah,
Fuck
well,
Patches, bro.
I mean, yeah, he's like in every game. Man, I hate that guy.
Yeah, but because I'll be honest, there's actually one thing I didn't find out till maybe a couple months ago that he actually has like certain items that only he sells at FireLink.
Yeah, like that's the entire bullshit justification they give to keep you from killing him. But it doesn't work on me. I ain't a fucking sheep like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, usually I just get
I
the twin
kill
humanities
that
from him
fucker.
and just end him. Fucking fuck that guy.
I mean, yeah, he like kicks you off of every ledge you ever walk through. Like, just try to look over. I guess Undead Burg.
Yes. Okay. So I really enjoy Undead Burg. I think for first areas, I think it's very well designed because there's just like the main path of you going over and you go through all the enemies, but all of like the underneath parts that you can get to explore that if you feel a little more adventurous and just kind of like go through and loot. I think it does a pretty decent job at kind of like just showing the gloom lifestyle of the people who did live in Lordran
I think
up to this point.
So there's this one jump in Undead Burg. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Is it the one to like kind of skip to the next area?
Kind of. It's like this little house that you're like go right into, and you go up and you like try to like run up and try to jump over it. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
It's like
I'm pretty sure there's a few parkour spots in Undead Burg.
there are a few.
Yeah, because there's one that I know of, but I honestly don't even know how to do it. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with many like skips or jumps.
I'd have to pull it up. Oh, whatever.
Guys, we gotta fucking play Dark Souls again.
Yeah.
God, it's so
I-
good.
I don't know. I'll be honest, man. I did play it again recently, like a month or two ago, but I think Dark Souls 1 is a game I like talking about more than playing.
I love playing it.
I think I like playing Dark Souls 3 more, but like with Dark Souls 1, they really know how to make you feel super cramped because sometimes like when you go try to attack someone, you want like that vertical animation or else you're just going to hit a wall like 500 times.
Yes, yeah. That is actually very true. You have to.
To me, that's a strong point of the game because, like, it's strategizing, right? You can't just like pick like a big strong weapon and just fucking
And
like
R1 your way
brute-
through
Yeah,
it.
you can
So
just R1 your way through it.
There are two things for it for me. One, I can appreciate how organic it feels and how it does feel realistic that you can't just swing that big weapon in a tight hallway. Second, though, there's so many tight hallways that they really designed you to not like swing that big weapon.
Should have made a spear build, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, like honestly,
I don't know
I
if
had
I'd say
like like I can appreciate how organic Dark Souls 1 is because you really don't get this kind of game, and I'm glad that it does exist, but I'm also glad that it's just only in Dark Souls 1.
I disagree. I wish it.
I don't think they
came
should
up
try to
more.
replicate Dark Souls 1 again because I like the way Dark Souls 1 is.
I also want to say, you can go fuck yourself shitting on spears. Because I remember one time we did a co-op playthrough together and you did like a ranger build where you're just using bow and spears and you fucking loved it.
It was
You
a
kept
fun
going
first
on
experience, but after the run, I've realized spears are kind of just they're mid. They're okay. They're like
Hey, they're versatile.
yeah, okay. I don't know. They just don't have. As soon as there's two dudes in front of you, it's not many options there.
Damn, bro, you should be playing Sekiro.
I don't know. They have glaives that have a swinging R2.
That is true because I guess it's just certain spears. I think like the spear I was using only had thrust attacks because I know some of them will have like I think like the pike has like a wide swipe that you can do.
All right, but that's like saying like, bro, I wouldn't go with a fucking sword build. I use the rapier and bro, two dudes in front of you can't do nothing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the Black Knight in Undead Burg.
Yes, I also enjoy. Yes, for that being the first time you encounter a Black Knight, I think is a very good.
That is, yeah.
Pretty great, yeah. It's very intimidating.
There's
Yeah.
two ways to get to him, right? Because you can go like you walk to him, or you accidentally roll off whenever that big fire barrel is coming at you
Yep.
as down on the staircase. So you roll off to the side, and then you encounter him, which I think is even more interesting.
You know, I think is like. I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever seen anyone organically go that route. Because like I have accidentally fallen down there, but it's been well after I already knew of the Black Knight, and so
I feel like the Black Knight is pretty organic to find, just because, like, yeah, it takes some exploring to do, but the game has already done so much work in telling you that exploration is encouraged.
And I should say, and specifically, I meant like the route of rolling off to avoid the barrel and accidentally landing at that one platform.
That is a special moment if you can get that.
Yeah, if you get that, honestly, hell yeah, bro. I hope you enjoyed it. But usually, most people, they just go down the stairs and go, ooh.
Well, actually,
something about that sounds so patronizing. The way you said it, like, hey, if you get that experience, I'm happy for you, dude.
well, actually, the truth is, if you get that experience, you're probably going to miss that ledge and actually fall to your death.
That is very true. I won't lie, because the first time I fell down there, I didn't see the ledge. That wasn't even my first time through. I just landed there and said, fuck, bro, I guess I'll just kill myself. And then but I will say, I think it is, especially because if you actually continue on to fight the Black Knight and then get his item and read.
Yeah, I got the sword. I got the sword the first time, so that was fun.
But getting the description that he's like a knight of Gwyn, I think it's just like a cool opening of like, okay, so like I learned of Gwyn in the opening, and he's still got shooters out in the field. So
that's true. Yeah, I think
he's got shooters out here, bro, running his territory.
Yeah, he and Havel they both kind of serve like a dual purpose in this broader area, where like you explore, and like just because there's not a fog gate and a huge boss health bar doesn't mean that you ain't gonna find a boss just fucking walking around.
Yeah, you find out real quick there's levels to this. But I will say though, Black Knights, they are a very good enemy, because like as soon as you get like some experience under your belt, it very quickly turns into a very manageable enemy, especially if you learn how to parry.
You just parry. Yeah.
I mean, Dark Souls 1, it is kind of parry slop a little bit.
It is 100% parry slop. It is. Man. The parry is definitely too easy, I think, but it's more so than that. The riposte is too immediate and too strong.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you have to walk a little to the left. No, like if you're on a staircase.
Okay.
If you're on a staircase, you do it, and you're like, it's not working. So you wait like 5 seconds, like, okay, I got to walk a little to the left, and then it's like, now you get them.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you kind of just have to kite enemies, because fighting them on stairways just kind of sucks.
Fighting on elevations is always rough. But I'll say, as long as you're downhill, it's usually better. Being uphill is impossible.
Man, like I can't have the high ground in Dark Souls 1.
No, high ground sucks. Because you swing over their head and then they stab your toes. That's true. But I will say, though, actually, because there's some, kind of go back on Lion's point, exploring the moveset for different weapons is actually, I think, very crucial, because in like tight hallways, sometimes a weapon will have like a thrusting attack or just not as wide of a swing, so it'll be able to work in a narrow spot. But also like on like fighting like a stairwell, pulling out like a jump attack, once in a while to hit someone who's like lower than you would normally think.
Yeah. And
so I think the versatility of the movesets in the first game, honestly, in all of the games, are just a very big part that add to the game, to where you can basically you don't have to just press R1. The other buttons also do cool things.
Yeah, they also do cool things.
They work in different situations.
Yeah, because I mean, you're the first weapon. I feel like R2 sucks with just about everything, and then
I will say usually heavy attacks are bad, and I'll say like one weapon in particular, like the Claymore moveset. The one-handed normal is just like a wide slash, but the heavy one-handed is just like a thrust forward, really good reach, perfect for hallways, can stab through multiple enemies.
All right. Before we leave off Undead Burg, I guess we do need to talk a little more about Havel.
I fucking love
Havel's so fucking
Havel's my boy, bro.
So is it Havel or Havel?
I always say Havel.
I say Havel because, I mean, it's just the Polish name Pavel, but with an H.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say Havel.
All right. Bro, goated ring.
100%.
Dude,
best ring in the game.
Yeah, I get that ring, and it does not leave my hand.
Yeah. I'll be honest.
That and FAP.
I think FAP's overrated.
A FAP is probably overrated, but if you're bad at Dark Souls 1 like me, it's goated.
Yeah, for me, I prefer the versatility of a second ring slot, because I remember the first time I ever broke the ring of FAP was I was in the Painted World, and in there it's all snowy, and so your footsteps have a crunch to them. I was in there so long that the crunch started to turn into torture, and I broke my FAP ring to put on the Slumbering Dragoncrest ring to make my footsteps silent.
Oh,
I couldn't handle the sound.
Dang,
bro, because I wanted out of there, and so each footstep was a reminder of my inadequacy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to the Painted World later, but fuck, I hate the Painted World.
Yeah, but no, I think Havel is super fucking cool, and I don't know how much of like
Coolest armor too. I love his
the
armor.
armor's super cool,
It's
but,
so
like-
cool.
I don't know if I'd say coolest, but it's very cool.
Oh yeah.
I prefer. There's a few I prefer. I really like Oscar's set, very classic.
Yeah.
I like the Scholar's set.
Okay.
You know, the one with like the horns and like the monocle.
Ornstein for me. I love
Ornstein,
Ornstein.
yeah,
Ornstein's
Ornstein's
dope.
goated.
It's so cool.
I also am a really fan of Lautrec set
Yeah.
because I always
I kill him every time.
I go out of my way to do his quest line to get his armor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, it might be a bit cringe these days, but I do still really enjoy Solaire's set.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I see. I want his armor, but I can't kill him, bro. I never feel good killing him.
Yeah. No.
yeah.
Or who is it? Taurus Demon? Taurus.
Yes.
Yeah, Taurus Demon. As soon as you get to him.
Yeah. The
The second plunging attack.
Yeah.
boss.
The second and last plunging attack.
No, not
boss.
the last. Not yet.
Not yet?
There's another one. This one's a bit more. It's a bit funnier. Well, when we get to it, we'll talk about it.
But yeah, I gotta say he's also just another really good early game boss. Because I remember my girl Meadow, she's been playing recently, and I want to say
Wait, she's been playing Dark Souls 1 recently?
not super recently. She's been playing it. She's gotten up to the sewers.
You're just like, hey, babe, can I watch you play Dark Souls, please?
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, I was. Please. And so,
Yeah, so you can criticize the hell out of her while she's.
but she's actually she's doing a strength build. She's just running a great club. I did go and grab the great club for her so that she could use it. And bro, she's making quick work of the fucking demons so far. Both like Capra and like the next boss. I'm pretty sure beat them both on like second try.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I think he's a really good early game boss because like despite how like big and intimidating he can be, he actually staggers surprisingly easy. If you
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, no, he's a very easy boss.
But he's
Like-
also really fun because if you just kill you.
Counter spell.
I think out of all of my attempts of like actually fighting him, I think I've only had him fall off once.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I will say, because usually I just kind of like fight him at the door, and so I don't usually like fight him in the middle. Because I'll say I've fallen off of the bridge more than I've gotten him to fall off. Because I've just like avoided his attack and then just like gotten like pushed off, and then just
Yeah, I just plunge attack, plunge attack, plunge attack.
Yeah.
I'll usually get like a plunge attack in, and then just kind of like
To me, it's just so fun, and I don't see it enough. I just get
honestly,
it in while
yeah,
I can.
I do agree. I used to only plunging attack, but you got to be slightly careful because he can hit you off the ladder, but it's
he
really,
can,
it ain't
yeah.
too easy.
Yeah, you have to kite him a little bit.
All right. And then the next one, the big red dragon.
Oh,
as
the
soon
hell!
as you go on
yes.
the bridge,
Bro,
after you get all the Taurus demon souls,
Yeah.
and then he breathes fire on you.
Yeah, no, honestly, that is one of the meanest things, putting the Hellkite Dragon right after that. And also because like he doesn't spawn in until after you've like walked on the bridge some.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't know, then you're just gonna walk forward and die.
I mean, it is a great experience having him like screech at you, and you're like, "What the hell is going on?" But then it sucks because he comes and breathes fire on the bridge, and you don't even know where the next bonfire is. So
Yeah.
there's a good chance if you don't know how things work, you're just gonna lose all your souls.
Yeah, that, and honestly, like, or slightly better case scenario, you just turn around and walk all the way back because you're like, no, I'm not going that way.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I think I get what they're going for. It's an important lesson that like they kind of want you to lose all your souls because they're trying to teach the lesson that like you are going to lose a lot of souls at some
Oh,
point.
I already knew that lesson before this. They just taught it to me like again for no reason. They just wanted to bitch slap me.
Well, you know, for people that are just blazing through it and they're not fighting Hovel or the Black Knight, that's like the big lesson point there. I think that's what they were going for.
Maybe there's.
Do
so
I think it
enough-
was the best execution? No.
Well, the thing is, I don't even think you need to fight Hovel or the Black Knight. You will just get screwed over by like 3 bombers on the bridge if you don't know to run over immediately.
Yeah,
It's
but
honestly the
you're
small
just not
enemies that kill
losing
me.
that much though.
Is
Is my point. You're losing what you get from killing a few hollows, but this is teaching you that you can fight a boss and get that big payout.
Nah, bro, I can
And it
get
is
like
not
10,000
safe.
souls, and it only takes one guy to push me off a ledge. Like I think that is part of the beauty of Dark Souls that he can like kill me like that.
You might have been losing all of those souls because you fucking grinded for like 30 minutes to an hour at FireLink, and
No,
then
bro, I grinded
and then you
everywhere.
weren't getting enough souls from killing those hollows to spend them.
Look, man, it's either way. Dark Souls really like to screw you over, and I think that's
Yes.
part of the best part of it.
yeah, which I guess it doesn't really necessarily like help you, but there is the moment before you fight the Taurus Demon where the Hellkite drops on the smaller bridge for a second and kind of shows you that he's
is it like
lurking
the
around.
tail? It's like,
Well, no, just whenever you first get into like the Undead Burg and he just drops down on that bridge for a second, then immediately flies away. It's a little bit before you get to the bonfire next to the bridge with the fire bombers. Yeah, the Hellkite Dragon drops down for just a second and just kind of like shows you like, oh, he's in the area, which usually most people kind of like will brush it off. Maybe they'll think, oh, I'll fight him as a boss later.
yeah.
Little do they know, yeah, that it's immediately after the next boss, he's there to to fucking ruin your day.
Okay.
But I will say, on you guys' first time, did you guys ever try to fight him at all, or did you guys just like avoid him going underneath the bridge?
No, I died. I didn't even try to fight him. I just tried to walk, and he breathed fire on me, and I died.
I tried to find that spot under the bridge where you could fire at him with arrows.
Okay, hell yeah.
I learned about that later. Yeah.
And I got it's a halberd, right?
It's a sword, just the Drake sword.
That's it, the Drake sword. That's the Drake sword.
Yeah, I've
Yeah, the halberd you get from cutting off the tail of one of the bell gargoyles.
Yeah,
right?
Yes,
I actually really like that. But I will say one of the first times I thought, man, this game is brilliant, was when you get to midway through the bridge, and then you see that it's connected all the way back to one of the first bonfires at Undead Burg.
Yes.
And honestly, that moment where like, oh, this entire world was connected was so amazing to me when I was playing Dark Souls.
100%. Yeah, I'll say in no other Souls game have they like replicated the same like world, like interconnectivity.
Yeah, like they try a little bit. In Bloodborne, they try a bit. In Elden Ring, they try a bit. In the Legacy dungeons.
Yeah.
But it just never quite hits the same.
Well, I think it's because they have to make so many tight corridors to like have everything actually be interconnected.
And also, I could be wrong on this, which maybe we can talk about more on that later. But in the first game, as soon as you get the Lord's Vessel, I've seen no one continue to walk. They all immediately just start teleporting.
I mean,
everywhere.
yeah, it's just too convenient.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it
it's
is.
like-
It's that convenient.
Yeah.
But that's kind of thing. Once you get the Lord Vessel, I mean, you're so late game, though.
That is true. But yeah, so it's like, as much as I enjoy it and I love it, it's like, I don't know, the interconnectivity almost feels like, not necessarily, it's kind of out of necessity because it's just like the way it was designed. It's awesome. It's like perfect. But like, as soon as I'm given the chance to warp, I'm warping. I'm lazy.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. Just because there's a mechanic that you would use if you had it doesn't mean the game is worse without it.
That is true. I 100%
You know,
agree.
like
Yeah, like I don't fast travel in Spider-Man.
I didn't know there was fast travel. In
Oh,
Spider-Man.
that wasn't my point. My point was that yeah, they obviously knew that it would be more convenient if you had fast travel. And if you have fast travel, you're going to use it. Because why would you walk for 10 minutes and risk your souls instead of just like sitting through a 10-second loading screen to get there completely intact? And it's something that they knew you would take advantage of, and as soon as you can, you take advantage of it. Yeah. But without it, the game is such a tighter, better experience.
Yes, and I agree.
You know, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with once you get it, because once you get it, you're in like such a late game point. It just doesn't matter anymore. It's just more convenient to have you not have to go through the bullshit of C's library again. If you have to go back there, because fuck C's library. But, it shows up when it needs to.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and not to say that the effort that they put into the game was not like deserved or needed, because like I think that if they would have just had you warping from the beginning, we would not be talking about Dark Souls 1 as fondly as we still do. We would probably only be talking about 3. Because if you could warp from the beginning, it would just be a worse 3 in my opinion.
What is it? Okay. The next one, you go underneath and you go face your first poison enemy with the rats. Well, I guess you faced the rats earlier, but like those things killed me the first time I went through them.
I won't lie, bro. Those rats still kind of mix my shit.
Man, I hate those rats so much.
Dude, as soon as there's like 3 rats, it's such a bad time.
Yeah, I know. And you can't cure yourself at that moment, so you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Because like no matter how good I am at Dark Souls, like I swear those rats still give me trouble, because I'll just walk up like, oh, let me just hit them, and then like all of a sudden they're just like doing like a 15-foot sidestep and then killing me. It's like,
Dude, even in Elden Ring, man, like when there's like fucking 10 rats, it's like I'm just like, dude, I ain't fucking going in there. Are you fucking kidding me? Like I'll throw like 10 firebombs before I walk in there.
yeah, it just goes to show, just fast, nimble enemies like the rats and the dogs will just forever be the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's also because I just never do heavy armor builds.
Honestly, I do hate dogs. I hate dogs in any FromSoft game. They made dogs so I hate them so much.
I don't hate dogs that much. Bloodborne has like the big wolf, like werewolf enemies that I hate.
Okay.
But the dogs ain't that bad unless you're like surrounded by like multiple other enemies, you know, because they do like, they just distract. They're distractions.
I don't know. It can just also just, if you have like a slower weapon, it can be annoying because like you have to do really well at anticipating their jumps out of the way, because if you swing too carelessly, they'll just avoid and then hit back, and then you're like, okay, hold on, let me, and then they'll avoid.
Yeah, I think around 10 times after I died, I finally figured out the pattern. So that goes, dude, right immediately after those rats, and then you go into the castle. You're like, oh crap, there's a bunch of enemies over there. I'll go check that out later. So I go up the tower, and then I freaking see a Black Knight again.
Oh yeah, the second one.
You see the second Black Knight, and I was just like, I don't know. I'm just extremely not ready for that. And then I come back down, but then I realize actually all these other skeletons are coming after me. So then of course I'm just gonna die due to a boar. So yeah.
Oh, did you ever, speaking of that board, did you ever get the very fun backstab on it?
Hell yeah, I did. I love the backstab on that boar. Well, it's really the butt stab. Yeah. It's kind of gross, honestly, but it's funny.
No, he deserves it.
Yeah, he does. Screw that thing.
I hate that boar so much, dude.
Yeah, I will say on more recent attempts, I've actually done the trick where you alluring skull him into the fire. It's kind of fun.
Oh, wait, what is it?
So in that area, so you know how there's like the upper bridge part that has like the crossbowmen? So up there's an item called the alluring skulls. It's just like a consumable item you drop, and it'll like aggro enemies to it. And if you, from up there, you can kind of try and aim it towards one of the fire pits there, and the boar will walk towards it, touch the fire. He takes mad fire damage.
He does.
So it'll melt him in like 5 ticks.
Oh, nice.
And so it's a fun little trick that like, if you figure out, it feels like you feel like Einstein. Like it's so fucking cool. But
I mean, I didn't really have to worry about figuring that out, because when I was younger, I don't really so much anymore, but when I was younger, I always went Pyromancer.
Honestly, Pyromancy.
Yeah, I should have went Pyromancer the first time. Dang.
It's pretty goated.
Because honestly, just Pyromancy, just not going off of a stat in the first game, just going off of souls, like it can make it feel kind of rough early because you're choosing either Pyromancy, glove, or levels.
Yeah.
But like once you reach a certain point, like it's just nice.
Yeah,
because you can get the build you want, and the Pyromancer is the only one who starts at level 1 for like classes.
Yeah.
So you can get like a better fine-tuned build.
So immediately after you beat like some of the I guess skeletons and hollows there, you go into the cathedral, and then I guess there's like 3 or 4. What are those enemies?
The
with the
Baldur's
shields?
Knights?
Yeah, those guys. And they're also, because first one I'm like, okay, he's coming at me. I'll lure him out. I'll go and I'll take the low ground and hit him at the toes. Then you go in, and then you see, okay, I'm gonna go after and kill this guy. But there's already some dude lurking in the corner waiting for me.
One was sitting in the cuck chair waiting. I think the Baldur's Knights are really good. I'll call them like elite enemy that you first run into. Not as much as like the Black Knights, but the main thing is their movesets are a little trickier because their swords are just faster.
Yeah.
Their shields are sturdier. They got a little more health, but the main thing is the ones with the rapiers also will parry you.
Yeah.
And because all of a sudden they'll just do a stance, and you're like, what the fuck? Let me just hit them. And so if you don't know, you die. Like they just will fucking kill you.
Yeah, I died. Yeah, I know.
Especially the one that's whenever you start going up the stairs towards the gargoyle.
Oh, I hate
boss
that
fight.
one, dude. I want to skip him, but the corridors are so tight.
But he dead ass body blocks you, and you have to kill him.
Yeah.
And he can parry from high ground. I can't. He can parry from high ground.
Bro, he's the guy I got to step a little to the left for.
Yeah, I will say, enemies for like early game enemies, he in particular always gives me issue. Honestly, he gives me more issues than like the hollows in the immediate next like hallway to the right.
No, nah, for me. Are you talking about like with that big bishop guy? I don't know. That goes like the jungle.
Oh yeah, the
Oh no, there's like 20 of them, and I can't. I have died to those more than bell gargoyles, honestly.
I mean, maybe if you went for a Pyromancy build, you wouldn't be having that problem.
Yeah, I probably should have went for that build.
We're using the Black Knight greatsword at this point.
Oh, actually, this is on replay.
Oh, okay.
And I was doing some random weapon until I got a gargoyle axe because I was like, oh, I want to try the gargoyle axe. Right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
But no, I think I'm so impatient because I'm pretty sure I just like ran through how many times and then I just died because I should have just probably killed someone.
I will say, especially with those, like with the what is that name? It's one of Seath's like mages.
Yeah.
But yeah, with him buffing them, like they basically just turn into one-shotting machines.
I don't know. I think he's like he reminds me of some voodoo doctor kind of guy, but he's like some Catholic. I don't know. You know, because he goes the jungu junju junju junju. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. They have a name. They're like, I forget. It's like, I think they're like referred to as like the eyes of Seath because like their masks have like the 6 eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
But yeah, great bell gargoyles, man.
yeah, for that, pretty much that whole, for like those hollows, you pretty much just have to like kite them into the hallway and just like deal with them at that choke point.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that after I already died of them 50 times.
That's fair. That's fair.
But bell gargoyles, I think replaying it, I didn't know you should have used pine resin. So honestly, I also died to bell gargoyles early on because I was not used to their moveset pattern.
Yeah, also it can really be tough because if they both just get to breathing fire, if like
what am I supposed to do? I just jump off this ledge at this point.
yeah, no, honestly, because it can turn into even like whenever I play them again, sometimes like there's times where I just find myself running away for like 2 minutes at a time because it's like, bro, I just can't.
I should have called for help.
There's just no opening.
Bro, I should have called for help.
Especially because I was
yeah, bro, just you got to call Solaire.
I really should have called him. I don't know why I didn't. My pride was too high.
yeah, but because there was
My pride goes out the window as soon as there's more than one boss.
I see. I feel that way on newer games, but in the first game, my pride still holds true. I gotta take that shit
Yeah.
because especially on like one recent playthrough, I was doing trying to do Siestas only, like the fist weapon.
Oh.
So yeah, I went in there chunking them for a solid 30 damage a punch, and so it was like just enough to see a little bit of yellow when I hit them. So yeah, it made it to where it would take like 10 minutes to get them to halfway, and then the second guy would show up.
How'd that punching build work out for you?
Yeah,
that?
I've never, yeah.
You never tried it again?
Yeah, well, I need to try it again because I think my reattempt I did beat them using the pine resin.
Yeah.
Also realized that they don't really scale with strength and dex super well, so it's just way better off just to upgrade them early. And so I think currently I'm at Sen's Fortress on that run right now.
Oh, okay. We'll get to it. Yeah. Actually, how much time are we at?
We are at 40 minutes. It's 11:40.
Holy crap.
Damn, we haven't even.
Okay, I think
I was
we'll
going
do
to
emergency
ask.
Dark Souls podcast whenever we really don't have anything, because clearly there is so much to talk about. I think how about hour 10, maybe after one boss, and then because this will just be good. Like, oh, nobody's literally prepared. Like, what happened today? So except for like 3 people, and then one of them got sick. Yeah. Let's see. After this, Undead Parish is next, I think.
Let's.
After Undead
That
Burg,
is,
yes.
you can go. Yeah, you
Well,
can go towards
we've
that
been
way.
talking about Undead Parish, pretty much. With
This
the
is
Fang
lower
Boar.
Undead Burg. Sorry, lower Undead Burg. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because
Well, Undead Parish
towards
is where like the
Andre?
Fang Boar comes in and all that.
Yeah, I meant
And like the lead up to the Bell Gargoyles.
Yes, I meant lower Undead Burg.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lower
okay.
Undead Burg, the Depths, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
got
this
one of
made me
my
hate
favorite
dogs.
bosses.
really.
Gaping Dragon?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to.
I thought you were about to say Capra Demon was
Yeah,
your
yeah.
favorite.
Actually, okay, we'll skip ahead because about Capra Demon, technically he's the 3rd plunging boss because you have that little staircase that you can.
That
go
is
up.
true. That is true.
Like you're gonna get screwed
It's
over by
really
those
hard
2
to pull
dogs.
off.
Yeah, you don't
It
get
is.
like an animation, but you can fall on him and attack. That is
You
true.
can.
And it does do extra damage.
But truthfully, when you get to the top of those staircases, those dogs are gonna just push you off anyway. So it actually doesn't matter.
Yeah, you gotta. But honestly, I won't lie, bro. Whenever Meadow beat that boss second try, I was so happy. She almost got it first try.
She got a second. Oh,
Yeah, because funny enough, like she just walked through the gate, saw the boss, and just went, okay, yeah. Immediately did a fucking heavy attack with the club. The dog ran right into it. I was like, baby, you're goated. And then she did it again. Second dog ran into it. said, no fucking way.
Oh my god!
And I'm pretty sure that second hit staggered the Capra Demon.
Oh my god!
Yeah, bro.
man.
So not only she killed the dogs immediately, she stunned his bitch ass. I said, "Oh my god, baby, bro, you're a fucking."
Yeah. Now you can.
Maybe she should be leading this.
Yeah, she
podcast.
should. I mean, she said she wanted to be here eventually. Maybe next time.
No, I think she was pretty jealous about the Disney song tier list.
Oh, really? Yeah,
I can imagine.
get it.
Yeah, she seems like a Disney girl. No offense.
Man, you know, I grew up with 2 Disney girls. It'd be like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll say lower Undead Burg. Nah, I don't know.
I will say it is one of the first times I really appreciated reading messages.
Yes,
Because those hidden ninja assassins that are behind the
or
doors,
like the thief hollows in the doors.
Yeah, so you're like, swing immediately, and then I hear get attacked. I'm like, I
dude.
see what's waiting behind me.
You need those because those thieves fucking suck.
They do suck. They just, dude. I don't know why their knives are so damn accurate too.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I swear to God, they curve. Like,
Yeah, yeah. They've been through the air.
But I'll say one of the a neat thing there about Undead Burg is of course like reading the messages will help you, but also like your first time through and only your first time through, because they don't walk out the doors until after you pass the third one. So if you go up to the doors while they're closed, you can actually jump attack at the doors and hit them through it.
Yeah.
And so if you're strong enough, you can just one shot them.
There's also that NPC that you see. He's like the wizard dude.
Yes, I usually always unlock him too.
Yeah, I mean, like why not?
Because even if I don't have sorcery, he's one of the ones that will stay, especially if you don't like progress the. Yeah, so he'll just chill at FireLink for a while, and I like having some people there. Makes it feel more homey.
More homey.
God, we should stream like a seamless co-op Dark Souls.
I would
thing.
actually, I really,
that'd be fun,
I would really
yeah.
like to do that because I played a little bit of the seamless co-op Elden Ring, and when I found out they did it for Dark Souls,
I did a bit of seamless co-op with Cheetah for Dark Souls 3.
oh hell yeah!
Though I will say, man, I think you got to use like a randomizer or something because it makes it too easy, and I feel like it's I don't know.
I mean, yeah, when you're playing co-op throughout the entire game, and it's only meant to be for bosses.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be more interesting to just have everything be random. So I think next time if I do that.
Okay.
Dark Souls 1 seamless co-op randomizer. I think it'd be cool.
I would actually really,
Right?
I want to do a randomizer.
fun,
yeah.
I'm tired of knowing where everything is.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know. It is nice though. It definitely made it easier for getting all the achievements. Which is
Oh yeah, you got all the achievements in Dark Souls 1. How long did that take you?
It years. I mean, well, because I didn't decide to go for it until probably sometime last year. But thankfully, some of the more annoying ones I've already completed. So like, because you have to get like all of the miracles and like I think like talismans too, maybe I forget, but. One of the miracles you have to get, I had already gotten years and years ago because you have to farm for 30 of a certain item to give to.
That's some BS right there.
Yeah, I already did the BS farming needed for the achievement, and so I thank myself for that because now I got to do that all over again for.
How
Dark
many
Souls
hours
2.
do you have in Dark Souls 1?
Total? Overall consoles, I probably have well over 1,000 because I have like I think it's
God damn, bro.
500 some on PC.
Oh my god. dude.
And I first started playing on like 360 on Xbox, and so
you had to render everything shitty 25 frame.
and I remember my first build ever was so bad. I think I got to because I remember the first time I played, I got to Anor Londo, realized, bro, these guys are kind of tough.
Oh yeah, those archers. Man, screw those archers.
Or no, Smo and Ornstein. I got to the boss, and I was like, I don't think I can handle these guys. I walked all the way backwards through Sen's Fortress, went to the forest, cleared that out, and then went back to Anor Londo.
Bro. You literally. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I did not know what I was doing, and so I did I just slammed my head through every door forward.
I mean, bro, that forest has hands though. If you're ready for it.
I mean, yeah, they legitimately do.
Like them fucking shrubs, man.
Oh my god.
Well, actually, that's
drive me
good because I
crazy.
think was it Darkroot Basin,
yes,
Darkroot Garden,
Basin. Or they're
Garden or
the
Basin?
same area. One area is garden.
I think that's the one you honestly go immediately after Lower Undead Burg, right?
a lot of times. Yes.
Is that like it has the Moonlight Butterfly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I definitely called help for Moonlight Butterfly because
Really?
she was just shooting projectiles the whole time.
that is true. I guess that is just a real patience test. If you're patient enough, then it's fine. But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's It can be kind of a stamina check, I guess, if you don't level stamina at all.
Actually, that is actually
Because
true.
like you can run out of dodges before she's even close to done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll say, and especially, and if you slightly mess up on like that slow one, that will damn near one shot you.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
one,
will.
one slight mistime.
Dude, speaking of dodges, what are those like stone enemies? Do they like prevent? I think they prevent you from rolling, or it was something. No, they prevent you from drinking your Estus, right?
They prevent you from rolling or running.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
the stone enemy?
Yeah, like the big golems.
the big golems.
Oh yeah, the ones that put that.
Yeah, screw those
That's
things.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be
those
honest.
things fucking
A lot of
suck.
times I forget what that debuff does because as soon as I see them casting it, either I kill them or I die. I run up, stand there, and just,
Yeah, you're coin flipping.
yeah, I swing my weapon until something gives.
At a certain point, I think I just run past through all of them. But also, man, screw those shards because there's like one small area where you see like one of them, so you kill it. But then you realize like 4 of them pop up,
yeah.
and then they go and kill you. So
Yeah, and they give like that blood curdling shriek when they die too.
oh, they do. Ooh. But you also have a great moan when you die. That's what they need to bring back from Dark Souls 1.
It's pretty great.
They also have the hidden bonfire that you gotta like slash through that wall, that ghost wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I love shit like that.
Yeah, honestly,
too.
yeah, the illusory walls are super cool.
Yeah.
And
Except for when they're not actually illusory walls and people are just like fucking with you.
God,
Yeah,
there's
it is
messages where it's like illusory wall ahead get me every guy.
Dude, it's so bad in Elden Ring because there's like 3 illusory walls in that entire massive fucking game, but every single dead end has an illusory wall message.
And isn't one of the illusory walls required for you to hit it like 20 plus times or some
Something
shit?
like that,
It's
yeah.
so stupid.
That's really stupid.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that, I said, no, that's bullshit. That.
Okay, yeah, we're playing Dark Souls, not Divinity Original Sin 2 here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I won't lie. Even though I know where all the illusory walls are in the first game, when I see a message that says illusory wall ahead, I always go, did I miss something?
Bro, there's
I'm
one,
like, I know it's bullshit.
dude, there's one in particular in Hovel's Tower where it's like the little corner and there's a message there and I'm like, oh, this could be one, and you hit it and they're like, no.
Yeah, there's so many spots, especially because it'll just be, well, it looks like a doorway that's just filled in, and you go, oh, this looks like an illusory wall. This
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
illusory wall if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, there's that point where you're just like, I know it's a real wall, but am I going to be the retard that doesn't hit it? Like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, what's after Moonlight Butterfly? Let's check.
I
I guess-
mean, that's
Do you think it's a good stopping point? I don't know.
I mean, do we want to finish off to Blighttown, do both of the bells?
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
we can.
that's
Yeah.
a good-
So I
that's
guess
good-
so.
that's
Next
good.
would just be like the sewers then.
Yeah.
Well,
I hate the sewers. Oh
I
my
want
God.
to give some praise.
Okay.
Gaping Dragon. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I do
That's
actually
such a
enjoy it.
fun
Yes,
boss.
okay,
Yeah, and I will
you
say,
got me.
Gaping Dragon's one of the ones where I remember when I first fought him, I made the mistake of trying to fight him like every other enemy and just like running up to him, trying to roll and avoid the attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Not the way you fight him. You will actually get beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro-
and it's an important early check to teach you that target lock is not always your friend.
Oh no,
Yes,
screw target
yeah,
lock
100%,
sometimes, man.
yes. I've almost have stopped using target lock whenever I play, except for like very certain situations where it's like I'm looking at one enemy and I want to solely focus on them. I don't know. Just so far, I don't know. The Z targeting, just like more often than not, it's just, I guess I just haven't needed it as much. I've just gotten more used to the flow of the natural.
Yeah, because
movement.
the way you can like swing any of your weapons, I feel like I get more range just by not target locking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also the fact that in the first game in particular, you can like turn on the dime as you swing. So like you can hit the attack button and then push the direction a different way, and he'll like turn and swing that way, which I love. I really like that. That's one of the biggest differences between the first and second game, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, there are all those little things in Dark Souls that are like, they're technically clunky, but they're all clunky in the way they need to be. It all just like fits together to make a
Yeah.
side experience. Like you can say like, yeah, they could make this look or feel more natural, but as soon as they do it, the flow is like so ruined. It's so
Yes.
disrupted.
Yeah, 100%.
Very much, especially with the depths, right? I think that's the sewers.
Especially with the
Dude,
depths,
if
yeah.
there's anything I've been complaining about tight corridors, it is definitely the sewers.
Which I will say, one thing that makes the depths way more bearable, if you go back to Undead Asylum and you get the Rusted Iron Ring.
Mhm.
The Rusted Iron Ring gets rid of the movement penalty whenever you're in water.
Oh,
So it
that's
makes
nice.
so it makes it to where so like in the in the depths, whenever you're in like the thick water parts with like the slimes or just any of the areas, you're not slowed, you walk normally. And same with like Blight Town when you're in like the swamp, you walk through that normally too.
Oh, actually, I didn't even get to touch upon. I want to talk about how great it was after you beat like Bell Gargoyles, like the elevator to go back to FireLink Shrine.
Oh yeah,
That is one of the best moments. That
Yes.
definitely feels like how connected the world
Yeah,
is.
as soon as like you see that elevator, you're like, I guess I'll just see where it goes.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
yeah.
honestly, I feel like most times when people see the elevator, they don't intend to continue. They just go, let me just look.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like the sun hits you, you go, oh, that's what's the fuck's with that tree? And then you're like looking, you're like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I know that small bonfire. And it's great. And it's also the way you get back to Undead Asylum, right?
Yeah, it gives that parkour.
Yeah, like you can jump
route
off
so
the
you can-
elevator early and then you find out the
Yes.
exploration is so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, because I
Very
mean,
nice.
because
Well,
it almost,
I think you have to go the other way for that elevator from like the
Going
from the
up.
cathedral by the before the Bell Gargoyles.
but that's where you have to access it from there. Like to,
Well, there's yeah. So I might have gotten mixed up a little bit, but yeah. So you take that elevator and you have like the parkour section on the rubble, and then you get to the nest where you just roll up. And
Yeah.
I guess those birds are just trained. They're like, oh, someone's pretending to be a fucking egg. Better take them to prison.
you know, but it is fun because especially because like, I don't know, because it doesn't necessarily look like somewhere where you're supposed to go, but it just looks like something you can stand on. And so it's the type of thing where like a person who wants to explore and wants to see more will get it and kind of get that
Yes.
enjoyment because then like even the next immediate part you have to walk on just like a natural rock structure and then like roll over to that pillar. And so
And I think things like that are super important in a game like this. There are things that they don't expect the average player to find. But when you have stuff like that and you have people like just spreading that through word of mouth, it makes it feel like way more magical.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls 1 was such an early word of mouth game because I mean, you did not fucking know where to go. Holy crap.
Yeah, like when you're like going to school and talking to your bros, you're like, bro, you're never gonna fucking believe what I found. You know, like that to me is a huge part of the game's success because like people will hear you
100%.
talking about that, they're like, man, I gotta fucking try this shit.
Yeah, I did want
Sounds
to try
rad as
it, but then
hell.
when I talked to my bro about it, he was like, "Nah, Asylum Demon's too hard. Don't play this game."
Yeah, hey Stork, you better be fucking watching this, and you got to justify this shit in the group chat. All right, we're gonna know you didn't watch our fucking podcast because you won't justify your bullshit.
Yeah, there was actually there's some talk about the game covers. It really appealed to me just him like walking into like the American version.
oh yeah,
Or
where
some-
it's like the swordsman like going into like
Yeah, I thought that was like the coolest cover as a child.
100%, yeah,
But then
I
other
agree.
people was like, "Oh, this other one's better." I was like, I can see why the bonfire one is good, but like this one appealed to my sensibilities as a 12-year-old. So
yeah,
that's why I really wanted to
isn't
play
the
the game.
bonfire one? Is it your character in knight armor resting?
Yes, it's you. Yeah, which is definitely more representative of the game. But I thought that first cover was so cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
Because is it supposed to be Artorias that's traversing, or
It
is
might
it?
be.
I think it is.
At the very least, the armor
I'd have
looks
to
like it.
because I really I forget what the armor looks like. I just remember he has his sword in his left hand. And I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure I remember it looking like the sword of Artorias.
Also, the game trailers for Dark Souls 1 did not make it at all seem like Dark Souls 1. It seemed like it basically looked like Skyrim RPG action adventure at the time. But then when you actually play Dark Souls 1, you're like, this is completely different. This is absolutely nothing like what
Yeah,
I
I'll be
thought it
real.
was
I
gonna
actually
be.
don't know if I've ever seen a trailer for
Dude,
Dark Souls 1.
I'll show you the trailer later on afterwards because you'll be like, there's
Yeah.
no way they.
I'm
they
also
could do
interested in
this.
seeing. 'Cause I don't think I've ever seen a Dark Souls
Okay.
trailer.
Yeah, because I
either.
remember because how I got introduced was Dark Souls 1 was put on the Xbox Gold thing where like every like I think it was like twice a month you would get a free game with Xbox Gold, and just 1 month Dark Souls was free, and I was like, holy fuck! I was like, or really Kyle, our buddy Kyle, he was like, yo, get that shit. That is so fucking good. Get that. And so I then got it. And
I believe Kyle also talked me into it, and I actually, I'll get into that later. I don't want this on the internet, but
Okay.
so I started playing it because of Kyle. But of course, Kyle And I think this is actually worth talking about because it's an avenue of the game that we haven't discussed at all in this hour we've been talking about the game,
Okay.
which is the PvP.
Oh, yeah. How do we not? Yeah.
Kyle was obsessed with the PvP in these games. He got off on people reporting him for hacking when he killed them as an invader. I remember in high school, he always said that Dark Souls 2 was his favorite game because of the PvP.
Yeah, no, I've heard that seems to be like a pretty wide a consensus. Like a lot of people like Dark Souls 2 for the PvP. I think it's the best PvP one.
Okay.
Because I'll say I think the main reason is because in 2 they had like more like areas catered and designed specifically for you to play PvP. Like you would go there to fight other people.
Yeah, I think a lot of the PvP, from what I remember, was like usually like at FireLink Shrine or Honor Londo or something. Where was the PvP usually?
In the first game,
Yeah.
majority of it is in the DLC. In my experience,
Okay. I didn't play through DLC.
Because in the DLC they have like one area that is a little more catered to PvP, but it's not like designed the same way as like 2. Because 2, I'm pretty sure they made like whole covenants built around just that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have like at least one invasion covenant in Dark Souls, but
the Dark Wraiths one, you get like benefits from it, but I don't think there's. Cause I could be wrong. I think there's stuff in the second game where it like makes it easier to invade or something.
so Dark Souls 2, it started getting a little different because people were so into the PvP of Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 2, they started to try and make it into more of like a thing that you could interact with, whereas in 1, it was more like just like humanity hunting.
Yeah,
100%. People weren't. I mean, I'm sure people were doing it where they would like bait out invasions in Dark Souls 1. But for the most part, Dark Souls 1 invasion experience was like the original intended experience. You're going through, you're playing the game, you're having a shitty time, and then someone invades and kills you and just ruins your fucking day.
And Dark Souls 2
and you
turned
smash
into
your
Fight
controller and fucking punch your mom in the face. But we've all been there, boys.
Damn, bro, she didn't deserve that.
Yeah, and
You don't know her.
bro,
Oh yeah, she's the actual one. She's the one who was actually invading you the whole time.
Yeah, but no, from Dark Souls 2, like I guess like the invasion aspect was popular enough. They started to make it more of a thing that you could just like go out of your way to interact with. There were people that just wanted to fight other players.
Yeah, like they made like Fight Club areas where you would just show up and there would be like 3 invaders in a world and they would just run the ones.
Okay. It's been over an hour. I think we have. There's so much to talk about Dark Souls 1 that we could. We will just do
Are
another.
you wanting to cut it
emergency.
here? We can start off with Blighttown next time.
Yeah, I think starting off with Blighttown will be
works.
pretty hot next time. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
good.
know if I'll describe it that way.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, it'll be a hot topic,
But-
it is not a hot area for me.
Yeah. I guess actually one final note though we didn't mention is the Gaping Dragon, one of the few boss fights that I can think of where there can be outside interference. Like, because the mage guy, if you don't kill that sorcerer, he will buff the Gaping Dragon, kind of like he does with the
that's right.
hollows.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, just one of those big things where exploration is so rewarding.
Yeah, 100%. And also, the reason why I hate killing the guy too is because he got the fucking big rats with him. Bro's got 3
those
big
fucking
rats.
rats, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I guess we'll pick it up next time, whenever that is. You know, thanks for listening, everyone at home, especially from New Zealand. Shout
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
This has been Lion,
Jag.
Puma.
and we will catch you next time at the Big Cat's Nest. Meow.